Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hey.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about never letting a good acquisition go to waste. Before we get into it, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Ken asks, hi there. I'm a bit confused on how I should proceed with creating my websites. Should I start with one website to sell my properties and go from there? Or should I have both a buying website and a selling website? That's a good question. I haven't answered this in a while.
It is. And so if you've been through the cashflow from LandProgram, the educational program, I know that Ken has because he's a member. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recognize his name. Mm-hmm. We advocate at some point in your career having two websites. Mm-hmm. It's really a personal preference. Mm-hmm. You know, we still have an acquisitions website and a sales website. Our sales website now is LandPen, and our acquisitions website is something else. But the way the internet, when we started doing this, the internet was not like what it is today. The first thing that everybody does when they get a letter is they go to check you out on the internet, see if you're legit. So I would recommend having one website for sure. Mm-hmm. So do I think it's material in your success? No. To have two sites versus one, acquisitions and sales? No. But we just like to do it. I don't know. For some reason, I like to have two sites. I like to have a lot of websites, in case you haven't noticed, Joe.
Well, here's why we do it. Number one is we still have offers out there from years ago, and they were sent out under one of our other entities, which is still part of us, but it has grown over the years. So I always want those people who still are hanging on to those letters from 10 years ago to be able to go online and say, oh, look, they're still there. Oh, look, it's still the same phone number. Yep. Oh, look, it's still the same everything. That's really what I need that to do. Now, it's evolved now where I just want to be transparent. I don't need them to necessarily see that. So I want it all to be transparent. Am I worried at all about somebody finding my website and seeing their property that I paid X for and I'm selling it for Y?
They don't care about that.
They don't.
The way we're buying property, they know we're making money.
Exactly.
We're solving a problem for them.
Totally.
They want to get out of it.
And they're like, wow, that's cool. I hope they get that. Or, boy, we could have done that, but we don't have a website. We don't have all these resources. We're not set up to do that. Yeah. That's it. So is there any reason I need to hide what I'm doing or anything like that? Absolutely not. So, and I think that's where you're going with that, Jack, when you say personal preference. You might just have one website. Click here for acquisitions, click here for property for sale, or do you have something to sell? Click here. You have something to buy? Go here. That's it. And that's all there is. There's
members in our group, one specifically, very seasoned real estate couple that they're both retired. And they drive traffic to their website for sellers. They drive traffic there to fill out a form and see so these forms are getting filled out daily. Mm-hmm. And that's an acquisition website. And then they decide what to do with the property after that. They don't have a sales website. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. It's very individual. Do I think it's all personal? And do I think it really has a massive difference on how much money you make or what goes on? No, I don't.
Think about CarMax. CarMax is not secretly buying cars under some other name.
Well, that's a good example.
Oh, and then rolling them out on their lot, pretending it's a new car, and they got, whatever. No. Yeah, you're going to walk into, if I dropped my car off at CarMax tomorrow and I got $8,000 for it, you better believe I know I'm going to drive by the lot and see it marked up to $15,000. I know that's going to happen.
Exactly.
So it's a given, and that's all it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
it is personal preference.
Right.
Yeah.
I personally like to have a lot of websites. You know that Dell has two? They don't have one website. Dell Computer. They have 2,000 website landing pages to drive traffic all over the darn place.
So that's the thing when you're Dell or you're Microsoft.
There's real sophisticated, simple ways that you can generate like 500 websites tomorrow.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. That's not I don't think that has to do with SEO, not to do with I think where Ken's going with that.
Right.
So you know what, Ken? Starting out, I would just have one. I would have one really good website with a real clear thing. Hey, if you got one of my offers and you want to give me some information, click here.
Yep.
And then leave it at that.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us at landinvestors.com. Today's topic, never let a good acquisition go to waste. Boy, isn't that true? Mm-hmm. And if you get real creative and good at this, you can use your acquisitions to build your buyer's A-list. Here's how. If you go out to, and we've mentioned this on a few shows ago, we hit on it, but I really want to drive this point home. When you have a property and it's a good deal, it's a great acquisition, use it, celebrate it, use it. Go on to Craigslist and say, hey, I've got, and make sure you hit your keywords. I have 40 acres in Navajo County, Arizona, or 5 acres in Colorado, or whatever, a great vacation lot in northern Michigan. And the buyer wants to close, but I don't have enough money to sell it, to buy it, and I don't want to let this acquisition go to waste, quote unquote. You'll get barraged. And the people that are calling you are going to be your A-list buyers in the future. So, I mean, I do this even now to get reacquainted with people who, not end users so much, but wholesale people. It works great for houses too. Works great to attract flippers, because house flippers, the guys with the toolboxes, or that you see on TV, that's not what we do and never will. We tried that, and that doesn't work for either one of us.
Right.
We like to keep money.
Oh, yeah. But, we still made money, but we didn't make enough money to justify it. Yeah. We just make so much more money here.
Right. So what you do is you go out there and you say, I've got a house for sale. I want to buy this house for $120,000 in this zip code. And it's a smoking deal. I think it's worth $180, just the way it is. I don't have the money. Right. You'll get 700 phone calls, and 5 of those people will be your future house flipper.
Yeah, they'll put in orders with you.
They'll put in their orders. That's right. So that's my point in saying there's nothing better than learning how to manipulate data. Don't let money stop you. Learn how to use data and to get on the right side of an acquisition, and then celebrate it. And sales will become a non-issue. I say this throughout the program. We never talk about sales. No, because we just don't have any issues with it. And no one in our group does.
Well, here's another thing. What Jack's talking about is building a community and of your people. And that's where we are. I think that's one of the reasons our group is so successful, is we have this community. We lean on each other, and our people do this all the time. I see it all the time in the back end of our online community, where someone will say, okay, I'm out of acquisitions funds. This just landed in my lap. Does somebody want to do this with me?
I do too.
Kind of thing. And they do, and it's great. And the reason that too, we know who we're working with. You know what I mean? It's not like if someone's in our community, I trust that they know how to buy, they know how to sell, they know marketing, they know all this stuff because
we educated them.
Exactly. So it's not just somebody off the street that I go, I don't know if this guy really knows what he's talking about. He may or may not. And so that's just another way that I see our people already doing this, and you don't want to let them go to waste. But you can also time them. By the way, one of the things that we talk about is you have some great acquisitions. One of the things you want to find out is how fast do these people need to, sell the property. Some people are like, oh, I need the money yesterday. And some people are like, I don't care. If you just make me an offer, if you could do it in 6 months, I'm thrilled. Yeah. Just before I get my next tax bill or whatever it is. By the end of the year, because I need it off my plate for taxes. Yep. Something like that. Then you can prioritize them.
Exactly. I mean, we do deals with people all the time in our group. That's one of the reasons we created Land Academy, is to create a group of people who know what they're doing. Right. I just got off the phone with a guy who owns Letterstream, Dave, and this morning, and he said, I have to tell you that we have a lot of customers and we do a lot of mail. They're not a real estate specific They're a mail merge company. And he said, your group of people are some of the most educated, bright, articulate people I've ever dealt with
Isn't that
as
interesting?
customers.
You're right. We have a really smart group. It's funny how it worked out that way.
And open and big hearts. You know, when's the last time you've ever heard anybody, and even not people who are not in our group, ask questions or ask for help in Success Plan or anywhere?
Yeah.
And has anybody ever contacted you, Jill, and said this doesn't?
No.
What you guys are providing lacks quality, and it lacks
Support.
communication. Yeah. I mean, not one time have I ever heard anyone say that.
Exactly.
Or maybe you guys keep it from me now. I don't know.
No, they really don't. No. Well, it's something too on this. Thank you, and I appreciate that. And you're right. One of the things about these good acquisitions is now this is a reason we have too many. Let's be honest.
We have way too many acquisition
officially
opportunities.
have so many acquisitions we cannot fulfill, period. That's a fact. Now, so what are we doing about that? It's going to be later this year, but that's where Jack's coming up with LandCrowd Fund.
That's right.
It's going to be an awesome site for people that
LandCrowdFund.com.
have money, because we have the acquisitions, too many, and there's some people out there that have the money and not the acquisitions. We've all seen them standing in the back of a meetup or a real estate group. They literally are the ones standing in the back waiting, listening to hear who's got some good deal
got the
that
deals
needs
that they can make
money, because they don't.
Way more money people out there.
They have the
than
money.
people.
And so that's where we're gonna do this, because we even can't pull the trigger on them fast enough. Our people can't pull the trigger on them fast enough.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring in this, and it's gonna be awesome. So
Essentially, it's going to be an auction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's instead of the auction starting after you do the acquisition, the auction's going to start before you do the acquisition, and it's meant to put people together that understand this business.
Cool.
It's going to work great. People call me ask me all the time, when's that going to happen? When's it going to happen?
right. Well, this would be another good resource for all of our people in our organization that have they start talking this up at parties and with their friends and family members, and the next thing you know, their family members and everybody are coming out of the woodwork with money and saying, "Can I give you some money and you do this for me?" And that's kind of from you got to be careful there, because you don't want to be doing when you got your family involved or your coworkers involved or something like that. It can be a nightmare.
You better follow through.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it's a nightmare because they're calling all the time. They can do that and say, "How are we doing?" Yeah, no, this is not how this works. So, when you get the check, you'll get the check. So, but seriously, if I
get that check,
if it were me, I would say, great. You know what? Thank you, Uncle Bob. I'm so glad that you're supportive. And yeah, isn't this a great business, Uncle Bob? Look, I'm busy right now. I got my own stuff going on. I'm making a good living over here. But go check out LandCrowd Fund.
Yep.
It's my people, and you want to make some money? There you go.
You're selling me on this.
Thank you.
You're a natural salesperson.
Well, no, because that's what it's for, and it's going to be great. I'm not selling anybody.
Honestly,
Jack,
God.
I'm not selling anybody anything.
I know
I
you're
am
not.
putting
You're
people
just-
together, and I'm making it easy. That's all this is.
I know, but you have that LandCrowdFund.com company
slogan
developed
in
your head more than me.
Oh.
And I'm the one who came up with it.
Because there's such, why, Jack?
It's so
because
intuitive, isn't it?
my team, my staff are the ones answering the phones.
Oh, sure.
I see the deals coming through every day. They don't hit to your desk because you have enough going on, but you know where they are.
No, you're
but I'm
right.
literally managing these, and I'm like, boy, I wish I had time to buy that. Boy, I wish I had time to buy that. Don't have time.
Wow.
Yeah.
LandCrowd Fund.
Yeah. That probably just went up on the list. It probably went.
That's
it went
exactly what
higher
happened.
on the list of our priorities
Jill, that's
right now.
exactly
I
what
do.
happened.
There's
I'm glad we had this meeting.
You got it on air. Oh, good.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill have a meeting right in front of you or in your car.
That's right.
And just about anything you want.
That's right. And Jack's the information, I'm the inspiration, and you're not alone in your real estate ambition.
Yeah, now I really want to go work on this.
Yeah, I could use that. Can you imagine if I could just sit and have my people populate all the open deals that I have? And I could do? It's awesome. I could bundle them up.
Wheels are turning.
Dude, I could bundle up all the little ones.
I know.
Imagine this. Not just the big ones. Here's 10 little deals that need X amount of funds.
Right.
And
Not a lot.
$3,000, $5,000, $10,000 will buy all these deals right here in this bundle. Can you imagine?
Right. No, I think that it's really workable.
Mm-hmm.
And then anybody can get in the business too. That's the whole thing. Because there's a lot of people that are just afraid to get into this because they don't have any cash. But now it's...
Or they don't have the smarts.
Yeah.
Or they don't want it or the time.
Right.
So everybody around here, I like to think that now everybody understands the value of real estate and property.
Yep.
We're kind of over that.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and
this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We're the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land.
For half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.